I felt a feeling I could only describe as being punched by the earth itself.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Dunc and Hi, Jay Reeve.
No fanning about.
Well, no, I was thinking, like, we're super excited about some news on the podcast today, but sad at the same time.
Yes.
Some of you might have seen a video floating around from the radio show yesterday, but we'll definitely have a reasonable chat to the person involved in the big announcement.
You'll also find out what part of the body goes first when a domestic cat starts to eat a human body, and what it feels like to be struck by lightning and punched by the earth.
We've also found our new favourite commentary when it comes to sports. Like, you know how Americans do it best? This is like the best, but like a different type of commentary.
And the four-person seesaw in the middle of a rodeo ring is a fucking great watch, so if you aren't already doing so, flick the video on for this bad boy.
Enjoy the podcast.
Attention snipers, gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories, your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
Yeah.
Had a great message from my lovely sister again, one of our top brass listeners, Sniper Elite. Bridgie's almost thrown up again with the episode earlier in the week with the biology teacher
Oh, fuck, that almost got me.
blowing up a pair of cow's lungs and copping some cow lung butter.
But also the fact that he got an ear, nose and throat infection off the back of it. It must have been fucking... Oh, it makes me think sick.
Well, let's get into your one. Hopefully it's just something that's a gut settler, but I don't think it will be.
This is from David Postlethwaite from West Virginia. Mountain Mama, take me home. And the USA country road. This is under the category of electric. I grew up way out of a small town in West Virginia. When I was in high school, my girlfriend had broken up with me right before summer. Fucking congratulations, David. You don't take sand to the beach, do you? Well done. Should have seen that as a win. With all of my free time, my cousin Brent and I started practicing archery heavily into the summer. Constantly in competition, we shot as far as 87 yards.
Sick.
One tiny mistake at that distance means missing a mile. Unwilling to think of losing to him, I would practice every single day no matter the weather. And on this particular day, there was heavy rain. I thought, I'm going to practice at 87 yards in this rain. I went to the marked location from the target, focused, squeezed off a shot, beautiful form, missed. Fuck. In fact, I missed so bad that the arrow went 3 feet to the left of the target and into our rear neighbour's hayfield. Well, I'm going to be in big trouble if he finds it with his tractor tyre, considering my back butts up to his my back butts up to his field. So off I go on a hunt for an impossible object to find, considering the conditions, but the motivation to avoid an ass whooping is a powerful one. I walked barefooted in the rain all the way to the end of the yard to the disconnected electric fence my dad had placed to repel deer from his garden. He used a battery recommended for 2 miles of fence around a 30-foot by 40-foot garden. Son of a gun, there's my arrow just over the edge of the fence, you little beauty. As I quickly dip under the single silver wire like many times past, I felt a feeling I could only describe as being punched by the earth itself. I never even felt my back touch the wire and woke up on the ground an unknown amount of time later with my arms folded like a T-Rex and my ass in the air like an ostrich hiding its head in the sand. I rolled to my side to feel the cold rain beating upon my face. Upon a quick self-inspection, I noticed my legs and crotch were very warm. I stand up, grab my lost arrow and return to the house, where I'm immediately questioned about what happened to me by my mum, to which I said, I think I got struck by lightning and pissed myself. The end.
Mum just carries on making sandwiches. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the back shock is a fucking beauty. There's nothing beats it. Well, a young fella, we were up in Whananaki at Sambro's parents' place, and she's got horses. And so horse fences, you know, when it goes to standardised stock fences, sheep, they're down there. Goats, you need to fucking belt them because they love a shock. They're fucking sickos. They'll soak up anything. They're a little bit higher. Then cows, they don't really like being shocked, so you can ramp things up a bit. Bulls need something like a hot wire. Pigs need a hot wire because they can go through an electric fence. And horses need basically a hot wire as well. whether it's a tape or the actual
It's a
real
hot
thing.
wire when it's just running the whole time. It's not going on every now and then.
No, hot wire's just fucking juiced up.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
one of those ones that they put around security. You know, one of those places where you've got a lock-up unit. You know, they have those things in jails. And so Oski went underneath the fence to grab a handful of grass to feed the horses and got it between the shoulder blades when he was kind of curled forward, and it fucking leveled him. Absolutely leveled him.
I'll tell you what, cattle prods are pretty fucked up. So, years ago when I was working with Jono and Ben, who now do breakfast show on a radio station over here, we went to Madrid for their TV show, and we were doing radio and we were over there. And we went to this fucking, like, it was like the NPC, like the junior, like, level of bullfighting. And before you get to become a mad matador in front of fucking tens of thousands of people in their coliseums or whatever over there. And so this is like in the 40 minutes out of Madrid in this fucking small country area, and we're shooting this content. And so they decided to put Jono out there in the middle in his fucking undies or something like that. And there was a whole lot of bulls like sort of running, like steers, like the little ones, like running around him. And they were getting close, but not close enough, sort of thing. And then they're like, "Why don't we up the jeopardy and put you out there blindfolded?" And I was like, "Fuck! I am so glad I'm not getting paid the big bucks to do a TV show here." And eventually he says, "Oh, yeah." And then so he gets absolutely bitched by the singers. It's like as soon as he put the blindfold on, it got angry, and it fucking ran him from one side of this arena and just absolutely smoked him. He did like a
Did he have a helmet on or anything?
No, fuck no. He was just in undies. That was it. It was so rogue. Like, you wouldn't be able to get away with it now. And this steer just smacked into his backside. He did like a cartwheel above the steer, slammed onto the ground. And then he's like hobbling off, and this thing's rocking up, and he's sort of hobbling off, and then climbs the fence to get out. He's like, "Oh, it's pretty bad. Oh, it's pretty bad." And I felt sick watching it happen. I was like, "Fuck that, it's going to bruise like something else." And then Bronwyn, who you know, who used to run your shit at MTV, she's a weapon. She was like, "Well, we've still got a couple more shots to get." And
The show must go on.
the show must go on. And he's fucking lucky he's not going to hospital like instantly. And I was like, he's definitely going to have internal bleeding. That guy's so fucked. And then so they wanted to do like a run in the bulls thing, which is such a stupid idea. And so there was all the steers and stuff being stored in another paddock just off to the side, and there was like a race, like just a walkway thing for them to come out to the arena, and they'd then choose which ones they let them out with the, what do you call those things where you flip them side to side when you're drenching?
Yeah, the sorting gate.
Yeah, the sorting gate. Anyway, so they're like, "Okay, we're going to give him a bit of scare, clap our hands, and then you and Ben need to run while these are trying to mow you down from behind." And the first
Sounds
time,
good.
The first time nothing really happened. Like, they were just not that interested, and they were just walking along, and Bron was like, "Well, that's not the shot. We need a fucking shot.
We need you being fucking run down like dogs."
And then so this little Spanish bloke gets the cattle prod and chooses one at the back and just goes straight up its date with the cattle prod. And that one flipped its fucking lid, and the whole lot freaked out, and they're running for their lives. Jono, luckily, after being smacked hard enough, he knew how bad it was. He ran off to the side, and then Ben, they got the shot because Ben was just sprinting for his fucking life. Meanwhile, I'm just hanging over the side of my iPhone recording like, "Here you go, boys!" Just got the best job ever.
Arriba.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we ended up chatting to a couple of them, and they were the junior trainee matadors, and their big goal was to go and fight in front of tens of thousands of people. But you just got to put in the mahi, put in the work first at those little shit places. They have like 300 people turn up in the weekend to watch them do their thing.
Yeah, it's she's pretty pass or fail that stuff. The fucking good ones are real good, and obviously it's an archaic and barbaric sport. Like, there's no two ways around it. But if you were to put some fucking knife blades on the horns of the bulls, then it really even things up here. You know, because, I mean, when a bull gets hold of a matador, it goes fucking pear-shaped real quick. We used to get stud bulls that would come round for the cows on the farm. And so there's a guy that would bring them in. So he'd bring in like about 20, 30 bulls to basically go across all the heifers and the cows to get going.
Wouldn't take them long.
Anything. These things are fucking massive, big sewing machines, and they got these huge fucking nuts on them. And the guy that moves them around for the farmer that owns the bulls was loading them up the ramp at our farm, And there's a gap between the back where they go in and the top of the ramp. And so he is standing there fucking prodding these things through. It's the same thing again. He had one of those fucking cattle prods. He didn't have it on too high at this stage because they're basically his bulls. And so this one was just at the gate and wasn't going through. And he goes, "Come on, you big fuck." Put it on his nuts and goes, "Bzz." And this thing, because he's standing there fucking giving it this one through the gap. And the fucking bull goes, boot, and booted the thing, and it just smashed him in the chest and fucking knocked him off this thing. It's like 3 meters in the air, and he fucked himself because he landed on his back. He's like, you fucking fuck, and he gets up, and this bull was looking at him through the looking into the cab. He's like, "That's fucking right." And he goes, "Bzz," and it's fucking eye.
Oh my gosh.
Miserable fuck. I was in tears. The old boy fucking almost had a heart attack. He was laughing so hard. Fuck, it got him.
Karma.
It was like he'd been kicked because I thought he'd been kicked initially, but
he just got the heart stopper.
Yeah, fuck him. They got the butt of the thing right in his chest and it sent him flying.
Can we go down to number 4 atomic there? And I'm just going to bring this up too. So again, Americans just, doing shit great. So stumbled across an Instagram account. It's got 1 million followers called Redneck Brawl yesterday on Instagram. And the commentary for this is out the gate. So essentially 28 fights, real mismatch shit. And then they have a bunch of like ring girls and stuff too. But it's like ultra redneck. And this shit, one of the first ones we watched yesterday. I was like, what the fuck is this account? And they've got obviously a lot of followers. But the commentary, you just go, many, many, many more sports could benefit from this commentary.
Yeah, so there's a fucking big lass who's got, not as in like she's super chunky, but just big, wearing like a bikini, not a bikini top, like a singlet top, and no sports bra underneath it, and then a tiny little kind of rat bogan in a pair of jeans, and they go at it.
Miami, you get in the ocean, you'll get a cocaine high just from being in it.
That's why I was there.
Here
we go.
Her
titty's out. Her titty's out. Her titty is fucking out. Her poor old titty's out
Should
again.
have wore a brawl.
She are just gonna take that top off. I told y'all before the night's out, there will be tits.
Come on. She's beating the piss out of her.
I think she's going to quit.
Hey,
Bam, again.
go, ladies,
Bam.
go.
She's getting finished. She's getting finished.
Wailing on each other.
She's punching her in the titty. That's a bold new strategy we're working on, trying to distract the opponent. That was nipple. That was her corner man.
Wyoming County Wildfire, your winner.
That's good, but those are definitely F's.
Ref stoppage.
Oh, wow.
Give it up for.
Oh, it's so good.
It reminds me of the early days of WWF, when it was just going, it was like like a circuit they were doing to small crowds or whatever. But man, their Instagram following is out the gate. Now, a huge day yesterday.
Hey, it's Rob from down under in Newcastle, Australia. And you're listening to the magical, the majestic, the fabulous, fantastic Not For Radio podcast with your host, Jay Reed, the $1 million celebrity, and Duncan Hyde, the cutest Ewok of them all. Now sit back, relax, and listen, because this podcast is like a finger in a bum hole. It's a little bit wrong, but feels mighty nice. Except if it's Jay's bum hole, because that, my friends, is an exit only. Now, over to you, fellas. Oh, yeah.
That's the longest one we have.
That's an explanation, isn't it?
Okay, so this is yesterday on the radio show. Pretty big day, sad day, exciting day, a lot of mixed emotions. We have known that something's been bubbling away in the background, that potentially something could be happening with Tiegs. And now I'm starting to think that maybe it's happening with Jay as well, because Barclay, the owner of this radio station, is in here.
One of us is getting hired, one of us is getting fired. Who's taking a punt on which?
Should I tell you what's going on?
Well, we've got an inkling, but it would be great to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, well, I'm sad to hear, or sad to say, that the big Tiegs in your team is joining a supercars team in Melbourne.
It's the dream role. I mean, that's amazing.
Unbelievable.
What's the role that you've gone to? Are you in the pit
role-
crew? Are you getting a drive? Have you got a seat?
Okay, so the role, the title is commercial executive for this team. So I'm working in the commercial team and I'm helping with partnerships and sponsorships, and I get to host pit tours when we go to races. Get to work with a lot of our team members, so regular punters who support our team and get lots of perks with that. So I'm doing all sorts.
Did you get headhunted?
Yes.
I love it. I couldn't be more proud of you. Obviously, it's a massive loss to us as a team, but that is collateral damage for talent. And I love to see this little sparrow spreading her wings and flying across the ditch. I'm assuming it's an Australian-based job.
Australian base.
You've got your new team, your new home on the line. Shall we bring them in?
Who are we talking to?
You are talking to Ryan from Walkinshaw TWG Racing.
Jeepers creepers.
Off to the home of Woody and Chaz.
Looking forward to having another fellow Kiwi with us. So hopefully, we can get many more trophies. And looking forward to having Tiegs over.
We probably need to address the elephant in the room, though. Teague's got a pair of undies signed by your teammate. I don't know what the HR department's like where you guys are, but
Years ago,
probably
years
worth
ago.
maybe just tabling that early doors.
Yeah, here he is.
Chaz in the background. Yeah, good.
First personal grievance has been lodged. I mean, in terms of, we were just saying before, we couldn't be prouder of Tiegs, and this is her dream job, and to be with the dream team as well makes it all easier for us to probably let her go with a smile on our face. We're very proud of Tiegs, and we know that she'll do you well as she's done us well as well. It's a superstar, very, very, very talented young lady, very, 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 very kind, caring, awesome human. You're lucky.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, really excited to have Tiegs on board. It's just awesome to have familiar faces and great people in our team, and she's going to be a great addition. So we can't wait to have you over here.
Thanks, Woody.
Cry, you heartless bitch.
Woody. Hey, Woody, best of luck for this year. And Chaz, if you're still in the background there, mate, best of luck. You guys are amazing. Obviously, a huge year last year for you guys. And yeah, then, like I say, just super pumped for Tiegs and pumped for you guys. Magic.
Thanks for having me, and see you soon, Tiegs.
Yeah, see you soon, mate.
Casual.
Huge day, SA Tiegs.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Very exciting. Has it? I mean, because it's all been a bit semi-whirlwind, hasn't it? You've been fucking back and forth, up and down like a sex worker's undies, you know? Just getting back over.
What are you referring to?
I was referring to you flying over to Australia and getting tested and signed up.
Oh, well, we didn't talk about that on the radio show
No.
yesterday, but I had to pass a medical test.
Yes.
To basically properly get my full contract, which was fine.
What does that involve and why? Because I mean, you're a fit, young, healthy person.
Thank you. Well, Walkinshaw Group is a global company, and so with a very large company, often they have a lot more protocol regardless of whatever role you're in, because obviously they want to make sure that you're clean, I guess.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to do a urine test, which was for drugs and alcohol. I had to do a hearing test, basically kind of like a physical assessment where I had to do a grip strength test. I had to prove that I could squat, that I could pick up 15 kgs comfortably off the ground multiple times. A vision test.
What's your grip strength like?
No, she said it was pretty normal for my age.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I don't remember. There was a lot of numbers being thrown
An
at me.
active young female, grip strength through the roof.
I was worried about the hearing test, because obviously we work a lot with our headphones, and I do feel like over the last few years my hearing has probably changed quite a lot.
Get worse when you're working in fucking supercars, mate.
Well, yeah, and I was like, oh no, I'd missed the first couple, because they put you in this little room and it's so easy to get so distracted, in my head anyway. So I'm always like, oh, that's right, I have to sort this, I have to do that. So I'm in this room and I'm waiting to hear the first beep. Then all of a sudden I heard it, and then I realised I'd missed a few. And you got headphones on, and they're far away, and then they're close, and then they're different pitches. And I was like, well, I already know I wouldn't be able to hear the super high pitched ones, because you know how kids do that thing where they play the whistle through their phone and none of the teachers notice, but all the kids in class go, oh my god, what the fuck. So I was like, well, I'm probably absolutely flunking this. And then when I had to speak to the doctor after, he looked at everything, he goes, your hearing's amazing. I was like, you're taking the piss. Wow. He goes, you only got 3 wrong, and we would, if you get 20 or less, we'd still pass you wrong.
Out of how many?
I don't know how many times I would have pressed it. Yeah, maybe 30 or 40, maybe 50. I don't know. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, sort of my flat. Got a flat now.
So what part, I mean, without giving too much away, are you north, south, east, west Melbourne?
Sort of southeast. So our office is in Clayton.
We were staying at southeast, were we?
You were. We weren't. You were.
It's where, it's very close to where Monash University is.
Okay.
That's where our office is. And so basically there's a train line that goes from South Yarra, which is kind of on the outskirts of the city, all the way through to the station that's right near work. So I'm staying in one of the areas that the train passes through.
Cool.
So all I have to do is just walk to the station, get straight on one train, and I'm straight to work and back, which would be cool. I'm really excited.
How exciting.
It feels bittersweet. Like I was saying to Lockie, actually, who's one of our other podcast producers, it's like a great opportunity. I could never turn it down, but I really feel like this year was going to be our big year, especially on the podcast. And so that now that I've actually resigned and now that I'm not so stressed about sorting out all this stuff to actually move to Australia, because that was actually a lot easy. I've been very lucky, to be honest. Like a lot of things which would take people a lot longer, like I sort of, don't have much furniture. My car is sold to a friend, so that makes it easier. I found a flat really easily, but not everyone would have that same experience. And I'm not going. I'm just going over by myself, which makes it a lot easier too. But now that all that stuff's tied up, and now it's the reality of actually going, and it's the start of the year, so we're all excited about all these things coming up, and there's still conversations I'm like sorting with clients that we work with and things for the podcast, and it's sad now to be like, hey, actually, there's probably no point me still being on these comms. Here's this person that you should be talking to, and that's weird.
I think, but I mean, obviously it's up to you, and you'll get your feet under the desk and hit the ground running, and all the other cliches that go with moving into a new role. But like, I think everybody, and I know I am, I'm really interested in hearing how it's all going, and it's just like, I don't know anyone else that's in that fucking industry. I find it fascinating. It's something that we all love. It's like when you get in the sheds of the All Blacks or a super team or a football team or whatever, it's all those little insights. So depending on what you can and can't say, it'd be cool to keep you, jumping back on from time to time and touch base, and we might as well fucking record it and share it with everybody for the most part, so that everyone can hear what's going on. So there are a lot of people that are invested in us, but also in yourself, and they think of you as a close friend and a dear friend, and they'll be concerned probably shooting through the veins of those people going, how the fuck is this thing going to happen now that she's not there? So,
the amount of comments on social where it's mainly about you, Jay, where everyone's like, what is going to happen to Jay? Who is going to look after him?
Yeah, I'm going to turn into I'm John Belushi or Charlie Sheening my way out of here.
Mate, we're going to be free boosting the turbo. The fucking seatbelts will get unbuckled, and this whole thing will crash off the fucking racetrack.
I tell you what, the legal team are going to be fucking earning their keep now.
I mean, you guys were a show long before I had started as well, and
we're
you
just
had
a better
other
show when you're there.
Oh, thank you. But I firmly believe that whoever comes in to take my place, they will do it their way, and there will be lots of things that they do much better than what I can do, and then there maybe be some things where you think Tegan maybe did that better, but that doesn't mean that they're shit. It just means that everyone's got their own different strengths.
Do you know that underlying feeling, having a little bit of time to process it now that I've had, it's just like immense amount of like cup overflowing joy that we get to see a mate go and turn such a huge passion into their job. Like, you are now not going to be turning up to go to work every day. You're living your fucking dream, which is like, something that I've been lucky enough to do through radio and the podcast as well. Not everyone gets that, man.
Nah.
Some people are fucking miserable going to the same job for 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, just making ends meet, and they haven't been lucky enough to do that, and to know that you've still got so much runway in front of you, it's sick.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you should, like, it was one of those things, particularly if you start in the year and you're wanting, if you don't know what it is that you're going to focus on, and this is to anybody that's having to listen to this, just focus on maybe being excited for other people having shit go well for them, because I think it's just one of the greatest and simplest joys. When you get excited on behalf of somebody else, there's like the oxytocin release in that is fucking brilliant. Like, you can get excited on behalf of other people and still benefit from that, like yourself. So you don't have to do fucking anything other than not be miserable and be excited for somebody, and it pays off. Like, it's the easiest trade.
There's been that much feedback come through in correspondence fatigues. Like, I woke up this morning, checked my emails, and there's an email from Anaru, who's in Western Australia, and he's been listening for a long time to both podcast and radio show, and he says, He kind of opened with a beauty of a subject heading, "You suck." Which I was like, here we go. He goes, now that I got your attention, Rock Drive and Not For Radio are officially going to suck without you, especially with Jay stepping up the workplace bullying, going full tilt at sometimes, winding you up. But seriously, massive congratulations on the Supercars role. Bloody well earned. I'm hoping to catch you trackside at one of the races.
Perth.
Yes, okay. And then also he goes on to say, I hope this email finds you well and ideally causes a small tear, followed immediately by a laugh. And then he's also signed off with Tegan Lilly's brother from another mother, unofficial PR manager, self-appointed morale booster, massive, slightly annoying fan. P.S. It is great to see someone move up in the world and not go to a jail cell after fleeing the country or move to another radio station to die a slow, painful death on the wireless.
That is very nice.
Yeah. They're very, very cool. So it's and you haven't actually got that much longer, right?
No, my last day is next Friday.
Wow.
I know.
That's fucking quick. And we're not even here for it.
Yeah. Yes,
So
my
good-
last show will be Friday the 13th because the boys are going to be in Waimumu for field days, Southern Field Days, and so West Ely will be doing Drive. But that actually works out quite well because my history beyond working with Jay and Dunc on Rock Drive and Not For Radio, I've worked for our company for about 7 years, and I've worked in a lot of teams, a lot of big teams over that time, and a lot of those people are still here. So we'll all go for drinks on that Friday afternoon. Very quiet drinks. So I got to fly out hopefully the next day, but I'm glad that I get to do that because it's very hard with the Drive show obviously finishing at 7 is to ask of people who work traditional 9 to 5, hey, I'd love to say goodbye, but also can you wait 2 hours in the city for me to finish and then hang around for an hour or two with me, or can you come back? So anyway, long story short.
If I was you, and I mean, not that you need to take my advice, just fuck off every day for drinks at midday.
No,
And just-
I've got shit to do, Jay.
Your head's kind of where my head's at. I was like, well, if it's going to be too much of a squeeze with being hung over the following morning, just start fucking bending at like 6 a.m. for Thursday morning. Certainly push through.
I love it that on the post that we put up, Walkinshaw and Dreddy United, which is where they're at until a rebrand today.
In the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Oh, the name, the official name was announced at the end of last year, but all the assets don't change over until I think today or maybe early next week.
Well, they commented, sorry, we stole Tiegs from you, and then it's got 152 likes on it.
And then Westy Lee
Goes,
replied,
"She fucking better be."
we will hunt you down. We know where she works.
Well played.
It's, it does make for great reading, and also, once again, like that's the caliber of people that are around you, and it's sort of you really see who your mates are in these situations, which is great.
Sick.
I have one thing I think would be important to say, sort of what you were saying, Jay, earlier about, and what you were saying, Dunc, how people can be quite miserable in their jobs. I feel like it's really easy to get stuck in the thinking that what you might want to do is unachievable. But I really feel like my career, my background is in admin and promotions and booking radio spots like ads, and I met Dunc at one of the parties that we had at work. So we used to do social drinks quite often, and I brought up Bathurst with Dunc, and I was like, you guys were selling the sunglasses, and I showed you my tattoo, and I was like, I love supercars, like, blah blah blah, I'll buy one off you, I just wanted to know if you had a discount code, and you were like, I'll just give you a pair. And so then I bought you a box of bourbon because it was cheaper than actually buying the sunglasses. I was like, well, that's nice, I'll get him a box for Bathurst. And then I think Jeremy, who was the producer at the time, or maybe you did, Dunc, said like, hey, you love supercars, we would love some support with our content for that because we unfortunately just can't watch as much as we'd like. And so my producing job and working with you guys sort of stemmed just from having a conversation about interests. And you can learn anything. Like producing, you can learn it. You can learn how to be an admin person. You can learn how to literally do anything because none of the people who do it well just was born with that talent. And same with sort of the supercars stuff that I'll be doing. It is kind of going back into my admin salesy background, but it's more about building the relationships with people and having the right attitude. And so I feel like at the start of the year, if you're thinking that you want to make change this year, don't immediately tell yourself all that I can't or I don't know, because it's not that hard to start showing up and introducing yourself. We've got things like LinkedIn now where that platform is literally to just follow people who are in the industries that you want, or connect with them and just send them a message and say, hey mate, like I'm really interested in your business or this line of work, any advice? And most people love talking about themselves also. So if you show an interest in them, they're almost always going to give you at least some nugget to take away, and then it's up to you what you do with it. So that's something I've really been reflecting on in the last few weeks, is feeling really grateful, but also being aware that I've made my own opportunities as well.
100%. How ironic is it that the initial conversation that you started having with Dunc and the role that you played with us is now the role that you have taken on?
I know. Everything's full circle, you know.
If you said to little Tiegs about 5 years ago, hey, one day you're going to work in supercars and we're a really cool team hanging out with the people that you love the most, you'd be like, fuck off. And here you are.
Lots of the comments on social are actually from old teachers of mine.
Wow.
And that's been really sweet, especially the ones
That's
from
concerning. They're on our Facebook pages.
Not ours, your personal one, eh?
No, both.
Oh, shit.
Both.
You're fucking right. It is concerning.
It's been real nice because you maybe wouldn't believe it now, but I was a very anxious child and very shy. And even like in primary school, if someone had tapped me on the shoulder and said, you're going to be talking on national radio and on a global podcast, I'd be like, wrong Tegan.
Got the wrong person.
And I've just obviously evolved and changed over time, but that was really sweet. I bet I was like thinking about a few of them. I'm like, they must be like, how the hell did she end up doing all this shit?
A lot of
That's not the little
through a lot of
Tegs.
partying.
I used to cry on athletics day and just do nothing. Like, that's how bad it was. So, I've come a long way, guys.
That's so good.
Yeah.
You've come a long way. We're very proud of you.
Thanks, same.
Let's wrap it up with a war story for today.
Snipers, reload. Another war story incoming. Eyes on target, scopes dialed in. Let's see who hits the mark.
Oh, Mick's an ex-cop. Let's go.
I love it when it says X, because then you can say whatever the fuck you want and you can't get in trouble for
We'll
it.
narrow it down to regional Victoria. Things some coppers have seen and had to do. Worked as a regional detective in a semi-rural town. One late afternoon got a call from a local uniformed copper saying that it had a dead body in a house, which was over an hour and a half drive for me and my offsider. Pissed off because it was knock-off time, we reluctantly went for a drive. Upon arrival at this residence, there were two uniformed boys standing in the front yard. I greeted them, and then I observed a cat coming towards me, and as cats do, it began to rub against my legs, and I gave it a pat. The uniformed boys started laughing, but I did not twig. They gave me some details about the deceased, and off I go inside. Now, I have a cast iron guts after smelling and seeing things over 30 years of copper, but what I saw and smelt was fucking horrendous.
I know exactly where this is going.
First thing was a dead skeletal cat leaning on a wall in the passage. The smell was of a dead person. I walked into the lounge and saw a bloated body that I estimated had been baking in the heat for a couple of days. Then I saw the cats, 4 of them in fact, who, obviously hungry, decided to get a feed by chewing off the calf of the deceased. Hence, uniform boys laughing at me patting the cat outside. Wasn't a pretty sight, but wait, it gets better. I noticed that there was newspaper spread on the floor in the lounge. I thought cat poo, but it was human shit. Old dead girl decided life was too hard to go to the toilet, so she sat on the floor and covered it in newspaper. On this discovery, my offsider had had enough and ran outside dry reaching. But wait, it gets better. Undertaker was ordered and they arrived. Normally once they arrive we leave, but not today. The 2 blokes who came to pick up the body were a combined age of about 200 and weighed about 30 fucking kg each. You guessed it. Old Love was a large person and had bloated up considerably. Old Undertakers had no hope of picking her up.
Not my fucking problem. That is not. I'd fuck that.
So I said to them, I'll get the legs. You two get her arms. Sure enough, as soon as we move her the bloated gases are expelled from every orifice in the body. After holding my breath for what I thought was about 2 minutes, we got her zipped up and into the van. Now, I know you guys are a pro-cat podcast, but please don't hold this against me. I do not like cats anymore. That's a toughie, eh? Whose phone's ringing?
Apparently it's fucking noses and cheeks that go first on a fucking body when cats are eating them.
What part would you eat first?
Fucking nothing out of that big bird. That is fucked. I thought they were going to pull her and she's going to go apart like a fucking slow-cooked shoulder.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Duh.
Ceasefire, snipers! Today's top marksman has been selected. The war story of the day goes to...
I'm going to go for old mate from West Virginia just because I'm wary of this podcast becoming fucking just nothing but yarns that are trying to make Jay spew. So right in the lightning, I'm all for.
Just quickly, just a question. When you're telling that story, is there a movie playing in your head where they're walking up the path into the house?
Yes.
The smell hits them.
Yes.
That is? Okay,
Yes.
fuck, I'm just checking.
But I reckon yours goes one step further. I reckon you can smell
I
it
fucking
and taste
%.
it.
I can feel the fur on the cat. I can fucking see the laughs. I can smell it outside the house. I know those smells.
Yeah, there's got to be a name for that
Fucking crook,
condition.
man. Okay.
Hey, the best way to support us to keep making fucked up content is to subscribe. You unlock like a stack of a couple of hundred other episodes if you want to rip into those, and then actually everything will kind of make sense when you're listening.
Yeah.
Because Monday, Tuesday episodes kind of flow into the Thursday, Friday episodes. And Mondays, for those that haven't listened, we call them the inside word. It's less. You still get war stories, but it's more about our personal lives and what's going on. If you remotely give a fuck, then that could be your jam. You get it ad free too. So if you do want to do that, all our links, like to send us a voice memo or one of the sweepers, and you can say, where you're listening from, what your name is, and then say something funny if you want to, or not funny, and then you can do those. All the links are on our link tree, and then the best way for you to subscribe to become Sniper Elite, and it works out best for us and the team to keep the lights on, is to do it through supporting casts.
Yes.
Which will click through to our Rover website, which is sort of the back end to the company we work for, the website, and then you just listen on whatever platform.
Thanks.
On YouTube as well. Now,
Yeah.
if that's your jam, you like putting it on in the background or whatever. I think most episodes, all the Sniper Elite episodes going up on YouTube now if you pay for that subscription.
Is it?
Yeah, not the backlog of all
Yeah,
the
that's a
ones,
big
but
job.
Yeah.
since we've started putting them up, they're all going up on YouTube.
Nice
Just
work,
a
Tom.
quick question that could probably be taken outside of the podcast, but if I was to put up a video that was sent to me of two warring factions chopping each other up with machetes and fighting each other over gold nuggets, would that be behind a paywall so that you wouldn't be able to see it?
I don't think it works that way.
Okay,
No.
rightio.
No.
I'll just tell the story then.
I don't know, man. I reckon that could go on the YouTube.
No.
I've seen it.
No.
It's not that
the
close up.
That's
Dash Hound cock yarn, by the way, that one is behind a paywall, but it has been put at 18 plus by YouTube. So
Okay.
Cool.
Well, it turns
Understandable.
out there's a lot of 18 plus people in the world, because I think it's had over 1 million views overnight.
Yeah.
That is one of the most out the gate videos. Go to the Not For Radio Facebook page and check that bad boy out. It's
Check
so
out the
good.
hot dog.
Yeah, right. That'll do. Have a great rest of your day. Go well, go long.
And up the fucking was! We start this weekend, yes!
To it. Fucking yeah, nah. Yeah.
Welcome to Not For Radio.
Or goodbye from Not For Radio.